got me up. Good morning to all my peeps out there, all my dreamers and dreamettes. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. On this beautiful Wednesday, the vibes are up, feeling good. We got a lot to talk about. Plus, I have two videos, two, not one, two videos I dropped for you guys, so you guys can have a little something extra to watch around your lunchtime or whenever you get a chance to get towards it. You know what I'm talking about? So shouts out to all my peoples out there, just doing good, feeling good. Today is gonna be a hot day in New York. Wherever you guys are tuning in from, I hope you guys have the same beautiful weather. Yeah, so we just gonna jump right into it on what's going down this morning, man. I feel good, man. You know, the money's coming in slowly, not fast, but slowly by slowly. People are catching on to the brand, so I'm feeling good about that. And we going on the up and up. Um, Before we get into this episode is sponsored by Inspired by Dreams Shop, and we got hoodies, t-shirts, everything for you to get your drip on. Okay, so now I'm hoping the volume today is doing good because I don't know, they've been playing around. I guess they want us to buy the new iPhone that's coming out. I don't know what's going on, but my volume has been going crazy. So I don't know, but we just gonna jump right into it. Okay, so starting off the morning, we got YG's first week sales, and they weren't as high as I guess as expected. But in these times, I wouldn't blame the first week sales on anything. You know, the first week sales are the first week sales. You can drop an album in this time, and the first week something happens like a mass shooting or something, and people's minds just get off your album. They might could get back to you next week. So don't concentrate on the first week sales. Your music will grow and grow with the people. It's not like you just threw it out there and you expect one day to see the results. So take your time with it, YG, and I'm pretty sure more people will catch on to him, onto your music, the new album. The more it's being promoted out there, and you keep maybe do a couple interviews and let people know and be aware of it in different places besides LA, because maybe other places, so many things are going on. You have to keep people in tune to what you're doing, and always keep them updated. So I'm not really concentrating on what his numbers are looking like. I just really want to see what the music sounds like. So that's what really that intrigues me about that. Now, I did one video on the difference between hackers and scammers, and I just wanted to break that down because I see a lot of people on social media saying, he's hacking, and I'm like, he's not a hacker, he's a scammer. Hackers is just a different level of sophistication when it comes to hacking and scamming. So I broke that down on the video for you guys, and just to give you a little heads up on what scammers are up to up to this particular point, I drop some stuff in there for you guys to be aware of. So when this is over, you guys can go check that out. Scammers versus hackers, and you'll see the differences, and you'll know how to protect yourself from certain situations, even if you do get scammed, or even if you do get hacked. So that is a great video for you guys, and I felt like it'll be keep people aware of what's going on today. Now, the other video that I had dropped was people stealing on their job sites and just not feeling compensated, and they feel like going at the job, taking little things here and there, you know, and people just had their different stories about how they felt about that. So I thought that was interesting too. So you guys can go check that one out too. And I'm hearing now. Let's just talk real quick about that Dame Dash situation. Dame Dash reportedly he owes a lot of money. I believe it's in child support and a few other things. Now, when it comes to his situation, we've seen that he was selling the Reasonable Doubt, his stake in the Reasonable Doubt album, and I just felt like what he's going for and the prices that he's going for, he should have never put that public. There's always different ways that you can push your bids out there, and you can try to get the number that you're looking for. But the way he went online and he just said, he'll sweeten the deal and add two chains in it. It just made it fell more into the not the serious, like not in the serious. It went into like the meme category because of this whole situation. And it's a serious situation because he owes almost $8 million. I mean, from a billionaire, if you took eight, what's up, y'all? If you took 8 million from a billionaire, he would still be upset. But $8 million is a lot to owe. So I'm just hoping that everything turns out good for him, because it seems like in these past, like I would say, past few years that's passed, Dame Dash he's been getting the short end of the stick, and it's not I don't feel happy with that. Like, I just feel like with what they built up to this certain point, I feel like both sides should have just been relaxing somewhere. But it's a sad thing. You know, people have families to feed and people have bills to pay. And I'm hearing one of those bills that he owes is for child support with his, I believe it's his ex. And it's just so crazy because these are things that could have been avoided in the beginning, but sometimes they can't. So maybe they're charging him on this child support from the money he made back then. Who knows? But owing $8 million is a scary thing in these times because it's like you're paying back for the rest of your life. It's not 8 million. You can't just snap your finger and just get 8 million in your bank account. So that's one of the things I was just saying. You know, just send him some good energy. Send Dame some good energy, man, because everybody needs good energy, man. It's not like these people are the worst people on earth. It's just financial differences as well as friendship differences that tangled into this whole thing that ended up hurting his family and hurting his just his livelihood. So that's one of the reasons why I just want to give a shout out to Dame Dash. Why not, man? Because it's not easy out there, and I know he's gonna get back on his feet because a hustler is always gonna be a hustler. But at the end of the day, $8 million owing, and that's crazy and scary. It's crazy and scary. Crazy and scary, bro. Um, I heard so Missy Elliott, she was in a battle with she was in Missy Elliott was in the battle over this Aaliyah, I believe it's Aaliyah royalties, and I'm hearing that she won. When it comes to people's ownership and their catalogs and things like that, this is almost getting worse than child support, you guys. This is the type of things that people are tug of war over, and they'll take the last bit that you have because they want ownership in it. And my whole thing is what makes me really, really think about that is after this is all over, they sell their other people's music and their catalogs to commercials, and they make the most of it. Why can't you just give those people those opportunities to make the most of it while they own it? I don't know. The game is rigged. The game is crazy, but I'm just wishing everybody all the best because owing money in these times is a sin. It is a sin. I know you guys know what I'm talking about, man. It's not like I have money that grow on trees, and we all need help somewhere. So when you owe somebody, when they're about to give you the help, that's going to be grabbed from what you owe. I can't even deal with that. No, no way, no way. Did you guys hear about this whole Diddy situation that he's fighting back with Lil Rod? I mean, the whole Diddy this ending of this legacy has been a mess, and it comes to the point where one day you feel bad for the guy because the world is like standing on top of him, and then the next day you remember what he did, and it's just like, yo, why'd you even go that far to do that to somebody? So, man, I don't like to see. In other words, I don't like if it's karma or whatever people say it is. I don't really like to see it. I like to go my own way because I don't like seeing people get put in a bad place regardless. Now I don't like seeing people get hurt. So that situation is just a big mess with Diddy. And if he's saying to me, my whole thing is I want to hear directly what he's saying out of this whole situation. Like if he's coming out and saying, I'm not gay, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, then it's like, wow, that's even more scarier because that makes it feel like more of a lie. But if he comes out and says, you know what, I'm a bisexual man, and at the end of the day, this is what I've been up to, but I have not forced that guy, well, that turns it into a different situation. That turns it into somebody that's trying to live their truth in a place that's dominated by heterosexual males, and they're trying to weave through this, and in the midst of that, these type of things happen. I don't know how that's going to go. I think that case is going to be longer than the Young Thug case, if you ask me. I think that case is going to go for a long time. I'm hearing that I don't know if this is just in the YouTube streets, but I'm hearing that I believe it's Gene Deal that said that his case should be coming up. They should be charging him by the end of September. I don't know where people get this certain information from, but if so, if so. But at the end of the day, it's like that. I'm hoping that the people that's been victims of this whole thing could find a place where they can heal. Because this all going back and forth on social media and just trying to get, I know you're trying to get your right, and you're trying to get your rights, you're trying to get your story heard, but at the end of the day, it does traumatize other people. So we always got to keep in mind of how we put our information out and how our information is being, taken in. Another thing that I'm going to be looking forward to, shouts out to Angie Martinez. I believe she's doing a documentary with the two legends. Angie's a legend, and also she's doing a documentary with the DJ Clark Kent. For those who don't know, DJ Clark Kent was responsible for a lot of, our favorite rappers coming out. Jay's from Jay Z, I believe Foxy Brown's his cousin. He's had his hands in some legendary places and doing legendary things. So for him to be, it's his time to get his flowers. I'm definitely tuning in because I always love Clark Kent. Plus, everybody knows Clark Kent besides the hip hop community in the sneaker world. So Clark has been an original figure that really played his part, and I'm happy to see him get his just due. And to have Angie Martinez doing it with you, I mean, that's you talking about epic. You talking about an epic. So I'm definitely gonna be tuning in because Angie, I want to see more of her. I want to hear more of her. Her takes on things. And I know that in these times, she's been doing it for a while, but I know in these times it's more like a podcast feel. And yeah, I know everybody goes through certain things, and I'm glad to see that Angie, she's touching the main legends because she was a part of these stories as well. Everybody in these particular big stories, they were a part of these situations. So I love to see that Angie. I don't know if she's gonna be doing the voiceovers or doing the questioning or maybe interviewing him, but with those two together, you guarantee it's going to be something classic and dope for everybody to watch. So shouts out to both of them, DJ Clark Kent and Angie Martinez. That's something that I can't wait. That's going to be dope. Did you guys get to check out the Old Dirty Bastard doc? I did not. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I looked for it's on A&E, right? So I'm looking, and I didn't find it today. I'm gonna make it my business, and I'm gonna check out the ODB doc. I love Oldie B, especially when it comes to Wu Tang. Oldie B was one of the ones where he stood out for his character and who he was. It just overshined everything when he touched the stage because he had such an original presence about himself, and he was such a person living through his. He's living his life, and he's coming in with wrongs, but at the same time, he's showing us all like he told his story throughout his motions. In other words, what I mean is, if you listen to Old Dirty Bastard's music, you'll hear a lot about like a lot of his you could say his flows and things came from things that he heard in his past and things that that he took in as a kid growing up and hearing his parents or whoever he had his guardians around him. And those are the things that he took with him. So when you hear like people singing and things, adding that and implementing that in the music, Old Dirty Bastard was doing that. He was been doing that, sneaking stuff in. The joint with Mariah Carey, that is one of his biggest ones. But there was a lot of other stuff that Old DB had that was just like, wow. So rest in peace to Old Dirty Bastard, and I definitely got to check that out. I'm not gonna miss out on that. And let's stay on Wu Tang for a minute. I'm hearing, the guy that he bought the Wu Tang catalog. I'm heard he has to give it in. And I think this is the reasons why Jay Z wants to take his ownership and not have somebody just randomly come in there and buy his catalog or buy a Reasonable Doubt. It's because there's a lot of rich people in the world, and it seems like people are up to their neck in what they could buy and what they can't buy. Seems like they bought everything and they're just buying things over two, three times again. And in these incidents, you'll see like people just wanting to jump in the hip hop community just because they have money and grab some ownership of something. But what people don't understand in the hip hop culture, every part of this, when it comes to ownership, is there. It means there to the artists, there to the producers. Anything with ownership attached to it is going to mean a lot in hip hop because of the the people that have been that bad contracts and not haven't got they just due. So anything that has to do with ownership, that's going to have a magnifying glass on it. So a guy like that, they're trying to take back the. I'm not sure if he has to. I believe he has to give back the whole album, and I'm not sure if they're gonna resell it or they get to back in their possession or somebody another owner. But I would say, as an artist, if you really love your music, unless you're making something separate for somebody else to buy, just keep your ownership. What you made came from your heart. It came from your blood, sweat, and tears. Maintain your ownership. You never know where this future is taking us and where those songs could be placed, and you could find some another revenue for the music from your past. You don't want to just give it up and then somebody finds a new way, a new revenue for music, and then they start filtering your music, and you have no say so in it. So I would say always maintain ownership, and in these times, it's not the easiest thing to do because that's kind of like all you have attached to it with this music nowadays, being that it's being pitched out so fast. The music that really means a lot to people and sticks with people will be the music that will be the singles and the things that for the songs for the leading album. Everything else is going to be lost in the fire, man. So keep ownership of your stuff, no matter what you're doing. If you built it, if you started, you keep your ownership. Never sell your ownership, man. If you got to go to the grave with your ownership and you only made $1, keep your damn ownership, man. People will pass it around and you'll be surprised where it be next. Timbuktu, man. Um, what else? What else? Oh, so did you guys hear Troy Ave? So, Troy Ave, he's been released from jail, and like I told you guys from the beginning, when it comes to Troy Ave, man, this whole story between Troy Ave and Taxstone has been, this is one of the biggest stories in hip hop, and I'm putting this story. It's right there with the Biggie, J's, Pop. It's one of those, man. And not to go for the people that didn't know, Troy Ave and Taxstone, they had beef, and one New York night, I could say, Troy Ave he was performing with Ti. He had Mano, a few guys in the building that it was going to be a really great night, and Taxstone was in there, and he had a weapon on him. And being that these two guys, they didn't like each other, it ended up with somebody being shot, a, a girl being shot, a guy getting killed, and a whole bunch of other stuff started ensuing. Now, the reason why I brought that part up is to say a lot of this stuff could have been avoided. This was early social media trolling, and the way it was all handled, it was all completely wrong. Number one, having a weapon up in the club, that is the first no-no. So that means that you snuck in the club with a weapon, and if anything happens, God forbid, that's the only way you can resolve your problems. What, you're gonna fight a fight with a gun in your way? So the whole thing, when it boiled down, Taxstone ends up in jail for so many years. Troy Ave ends up getting, I believe, a year or something like that in prison for his gun possession, and you leave a man is dead. His mother and his brother, they're left there to mourn him, and it turned out to a sad situation. But when I seen Troy Ave had to do the time for the gun, I said, wow, it shows how the laws out in New York are so strict and just protecting yourself, because it wasn't even his gun. He snatched the gun, or however he had got the gun in the club, and it just went crazy. But the laws out here are really crazy when it comes down to people protecting themselves. So just being out of prison right now for Troy Ave, what I would tell him is just don't even get involved or talk this back and forth with what's going on as far as this. Don't extend it anymore. Let it be, let it be. Move on with the things that you have going on. You're a great rapper. You have he has a YouTube channel that he does his own things and dropping stuff, and just telling like what's going on in hip hop. I would stick to that, man, and I wouldn't go back and lean back on that type of stuff, because at the end of the day, it's only gonna cause people to go in the wrong direction. So he's out of jail, thank God, and I guess that everybody else that has to healing energy to the mother that lost her son and the brother that lost his brother, healing energy to you guys too. And these type of situations, since then things have only got worse when it comes to the gun violence. Nowadays, it's not like you're safe inside the club or outside the club, because in the streets they have these type of weapons that's just hitting everybody when they're shooting. So the gun violence is just it's ridiculous at this point. Another thing that I wanted to bring to you guys, this is how you carry on a family legacy in a way. So I'm hearing Lauren London, she launches a hustle 100,000 pitch competition to empower entrepreneurs. So she's keeping Nipsey Hussle's name still alive throughout it all. Now we hear a lot, excuse me, we hear a lot of stories about, Nipsey was set up this and that. But at the end of the day, she's his family, she's his wife, and she's gonna be the one to keep his legacy going. So whatever she has going for entrepreneurs, and I'm an entrepreneur myself, I'm gonna definitely check it out. But it's $100,000 pitch competition, and it's great to see that she's keeping on Nipsey Hussle's his whole pitch of the marathon, and it's not a sprint. She's keeping that same energy, and trying to open the eyes of entrepreneurs to try to find people that thought like Nipsey. I see where she's going with it because that was Nipsey's mindset. Having entrepreneurs and them knowing their worth, selling their product for what they feel the value of it is. And with that type of mindset, you can tell that mindset was so strong that it's embedded in his family. So she's taken his mindset and also giving the youth another side to look at and something to achieve, which would be the 100,000 pitch. So I know it's for the youth. I would rather the youth get the space. I'm an entrepreneur myself, but the youth really need something to bring themselves up and uplift themselves so they can get what they have going. Because what they're seeing that through their lens is definitely no good. It's gun violence, a lot of scamming, a lot of things going on that they see through social media that it makes the world seem like a smaller place. But there's so many other things you can do besides the things you see on social media to make money. So keep that in mind. And shouts out to Lauren London for even keeping Nipsey Hussle's his spirit alive as well as the things that he stood for. You're standing on it too. So that's love, and I love to see that couples come together. Whether one is out, one passed away, she's still going on and moving on with the legacy. That's what a true partner is supposed to be. That is what it's all about. That's the true love that you have for the person that you really, really love. So shouts out to her. Another thing we seen, I don't know, I didn't see any video, but they're saying that they're seeing Wendy Williams out and about. And people didn't see Wendy in a minute, from her last mishaps and the things that was going on behind the scenes, whether people were trying to mess with her financial stuff and couldn't find money. The whole thing was a mess. But it's just good to see that she's out. If this is true, I didn't see any video, but if she's out and she's because in the picture she looks way better. So if she's out and about, that is one of the best things. The healing, it has really nothing to do with the money. The healing has everything to do with your spirit, how you feel, how your mindset is, and how you see things. So I'm glad to see Wendy's back out. In these times, we gotta hold on to everybody because everybody needs some kind of help. It might not be financial, but it might be mentally. So shouts out to Wendy Williams. You're back out there, and hopefully you have people around you that's gonna protect you and love you. So healing energy goes out to Wendy. And I wanted to talk to you guys. You see like how now there's a lot of like smash and grabs. I felt like, and I don't want to sound on some like conspiracy type of thing, but like personally, my personal take, I never liked them Hellcats. Number one, they got all this hell, the devil, and all these things, these names on things, and people don't understand how real words are. Like you got these Hellcats, and they crashing, going 100 miles an hour. Got the youth crashing into the wall, and it's crazy. Like I don't understand. Like I'm surprised that the Hellcat don't come with brakes sold separately. That's how many of the youth I seen die with these cars and stealing these cars, and the name is Hellcat. It's all like trickery stuff. Get out of that whole notion of you have to be the fastest on the street or the first and this and that, because all of that stuff gets you into accidents. The youth coming up, get yourself a nice foreign and cruising it with your shorty instead of going so fast all the time. That's for race car drivers. There's tracks for that. But you can't be doing that on these regular roads where pedestrians could get hit. A lot of people are losing their lives to people just high and driving fast as they can in these damn Hellcats, whether it's stolen or it's theirs, and they're crashing everywhere. So let's get the Hellcats out of here, and with the Hellcats, change that damn name up, man. I'm a man of God, man. I don't want to be driving in something that has hell attached to it. That's just not my tea. And I know a lot of the youth like that car and all that. It's an American built car and it's the fastest, this and that. But the fastest is supposed to be on the track. I think it's just all a setup, man. Check your brakes when you buy those things and make sure when you're in the right areas where that won't cause you any harm. Because I'm hearing a lot of people like to steal those cars and they like to do drive-bys. A whole bunch of stuff is happening with those cars. So I don't know if it's the name. I don't know what it is. I ain't bashing nobody's company. All I'm saying is a lot of these crimes that I've been seeing when it comes to cars and automobiles is either dealing with a Hellcat or some other weird car that people are crashing all over the place. Let's clean that up right now before we get into 2025. Things just we don't need. These are the things that we don't need. We don't need these things. We don't. You'd be surprised how other places are looking at America. Dubai and all those places, they're looking at they look. Yo, this is a lot of there's a lot of places looking at us like we're junkies. Like from an overall perspective, they're looking at us like we're junkies. That's why when we go over in these places, their laws are so strict because they so scared. They don't want none of that stuff in their place. They're like, nah, don't bring none of that. It's not that they don't want people to smoke or you can't smoke this and that. No, they look. That's how they intake and how they looking at us like, oh, they all hide this and that. When America's not like that. But there's a lot of things happen in America that if you don't know, it can look like that. So be aware of how you're presented and how yourself and how people are looking at you as well. Because I see a lot of like places people are traveling to and they're getting arrested and this and that. Don't think that they're getting arrested for not no there's a reason why. Because the way they look at us, when from the overview and social media, it's like it's crazy. It looks like everybody's high, everybody's moving fast, everybody's in this war. That's how it looks in America. We got to get out of that. We got to paint a new picture. We can't keep to the same picture that people are taking us in for because we better than that. We better than that. We could do way better than that. There's a lot other things that serves us as people that we can come together with than just being looked at as the wildest people on earth. That ain't I don't like that at all. It's disgusting and I'm not gonna stand behind any type of movements that's dealing with that type of nonsense. Because people are looking at us like we're crazy and we're not. And I see how it goes. It's not just it's the intake of social media and how social media has this presentation of people, and it's not like that. It's not like that. Yo, it's crazy, bro. I don't know what it is, and I'm not knocking the car, bro. I'm not knocking the Hellcat and all that. I'm not knocking it. All I'm saying is just it's just been very spooky. It's been very spooky. Like if you look it up, how many Hellcats and the accidents they've been in and the situations those that led to those accidents, they're all crazy. It's like they all has to do with speed, carjackings, shootings, all of that has to do with this car. I don't know if the car just it just became so much of a popular thing to do that with that it's being looked upon that way, but it just don't look good. It don't look good. It looks like a shell that you jump in with a big engine and you're just taking off speed and you don't know where you're going. And 9 out of 10 times when you're speeding and you're into that fast speed and you're not on a racetrack and you're in the regular streets, you know where that's going to lead into. It's going to lead into an accident. It's almost like you're jumping into your sacrifice. Like right there, you're just jumping in and sacrificing yourself. It's like nah, I'm not digging that. Get yourself a foreman. Get yourself something you can lay back in and cruise, or don't pick up that speed. I'm sorry. I know there's people out there that like racing this and that, but there's a time and place for everything. The regular streets with pedestrians is not the place. Shouts out to y'all, man. Jay Davis, Jordan Perez. What's that? Mark and me. What else? What else? What else? What else? Shout outs to all y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all. It's gonna be hot today, y'all. It's gonna be a hot day, y'all. Yeah, I got my hoodie on, but I'm in the cribbo. But yeah, after this is tank tops and tattoos. Yeah, they. Um, you know what I wanted? This is a movie trailer that that I seen that I had liked too. I'm trying to remember what the trailer was though. I know I seen the 1992 trailer looked good. There was another trailer. I think it was a scary movie. Hold on, let me see something. Mm, I've been trying to watch movies and all like. I'm gonna whisper this one to y'all. Watch out for the fake gurus. That's all I got to say. I ain't pointing no fingers, but just watch out. Let me see. Oh, you race responsibly. You know what? I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it. You know, I had a I had a 3 series with red guts in it. What I found about the BM, it kind of gives you the feeling to go fast, but around here where I'm at, man, if you don't like you're good because you have the you race responsibly. But there's people They don't know how to drive and turn the and with the radio on. They can't concentrate doing both. And those are the people that just zoom, zoom, zoom. It's like wow. Like out here we have places where people come together. Like there's a place on Rockaway where people come together and they just race and they keep it on the strip. You know the cops come, they take, they disappear, but they're keeping it over there. But then I'm talking about the people that just have the car and they're just racing through the blocks. But they don't know these roads are messed up. They got holes in the road. More bumps are being put in place in NYC, and they're hitting it in the air. A whole lot of stuff is happening. But I'm never knocking you because I just want you to be safe while you're doing it. Just safe while you're doing it. That's all. You in Georgia? No, I'm not in Georgia though. I got a lot of people in Georgia. I'm in New York. I'm in New York City. I'm not sure about the like Georgia as far as their racing and stuff, but I'm pretty sure they doing the racing stuff too probably in Georgia. I have a few friends out there in Georgia. I have a few people out in Georgia. Georgia is like kind of like the second New York, man. But I don't know. I'm out here in New York. In New York, the roads are really messed up out here. And when I tell you, if the city, they are charging you so much. When I used to work in the city, I would never leave my truck parked in the city. No way. I wouldn't be able to. By the time I get my paycheck, when I left my truck parked in the city, that would take so much chunk out my paycheck, it wouldn't even be worth it. It wasn't like I was getting big, big pay. So what I would do is before I get hop on the subway train, I would leave my truck like parked over where Fifth grew up at about 40 projects over there by what do you call it, by the college. I park right by the side of the college, and then I just walk all the way to the Ave and jump on the train, and then I head to the city because I couldn't leave my truck parked in you can't afford it out in the city. Everything, all the prices are going up, so it's ridiculous. And the congestion fee, nah, I don't need all that, man. I don't even need all that. It's crazy, it's crazy, it's crazy, y'all. But you out in Georgia? That's where you at? I want to go down. I might. I want to maybe. I want to go down to Georgia. Probably visit some friends. Get a hotel. Say what's up. Chill out there and dip. You know. I got friends and family everywhere. Friends and family everywhere. Yo. How's the weather out by y'all though? For real. Today's it might be a little slight heat wave. I don't know. After this, I'm gonna get something to eat. I might drop another. I'm gonna do another reaction video for y'all today. But I got two up there I want y'all to check. I want y'all to check those out, man. It's really, really, really dope. Besides that, I'm on the cool out today, man. I'm not really doing too much. Just trying to relax myself and get what I gotta get done. I got maybe two designs I'm gonna work on, but it won't be up. I tell you, it won't be up by tonight. Their designs will probably be up by next week for the clothing line. And yeah, I'm just keeping it pushing, y'all. I'm just keeping it pushing, working hard, and just trying to get the channel up and just do things outside of it just to better myself. My birthday's coming up, y'all. I'm a Virgo. Y'all already know. Um, so my birthday's coming up in like 12, 11 days, something like that. It's on a Sunday. I probably drop in with you guys, maybe drop a couple pics, a couple videos for you guys or whatnot. But I'm just happy to be still living and happy to be out here still, doing what I do. And that's what it's all about because life is not promised. You never know what's going to happen, so you just got to live it up. But live it up responsibly because you never know. God give you 100 extra years and you living on the edge and you just messed up his whole plan for you. So try to keep a straight path and just try to keep yourself occupied with the things you love doing. That's the best thing to do, man. I'm always trying to come up with something, new ideas to inspire people and just help people, man, because sometimes the person putting out that good energy might not be compensated in the way that you think, but God always blesses me on the back end. So I'll take that back end, but however it come for me, I'll take the back end. It's no big deal. It's not about the views, it's about the viewers. Yes, carjackings are crazy, yo. You know, quick story. I got carjacked before. Not carjacked like how you think though. I did the stupidest thing, y'all. This is, I had a I had a Mazda Millennia, right? But I pulled up to the gas station. Anyway, I pull up to the gas station. Now I go in the gas station, leave the keys in the car. One of those type of situations. Somebody hopping in it and just took off. So in these times, people are sticking the gun straight to your head and just. I seen a. Oh, you know what? Now you said that. That's a good thing you said that. I seen a elderly couple. They had a yellow Lamborghini. They, a Ferrari. Was it a Ferrari? I think it was a Ferrari that they was driving in, and they still got carjacked. People have no respect, no type of. It's like, but they don't even think it out. Like when after you carjack that person, where are you gonna go with a yellow damn Lamborghini or a yellow damn Ferrari? Where you think you going? You think you're gonna paint it and hold it for years? Like what do you think you're gonna do with that loud stuff? It's like you're gonna get yourself in trouble. It doesn't even make no sense. It doesn't make any sense. If you want to have a dope day out with driving a Lambo, you can rent that thing. If you wanna afford a Lambo, you wanna buy a Lambo, you can work hard and get that. But don't make that you're gonna risk your life and rob somebody for their possessions. It's insured. It's crazy nowadays. When somebody run up to you the car, just jump out the car. Take your don't leave anything of value in any of in your whips or whatever you have. Do not leave anything of value in it. Just hop out. Let them do what they gotta do. You go your way. Get a new color, and hopefully they'll get arrested due to these 4K cameras and stuff because your life is worth more than that. Trying to show who you don't want to give it up and this and that, it ain't even worth it. There's no material items worth your life. I had to change my mindset. It didn't take it. This stuff didn't happen in a day, man. My mindset started changing through the trauma and things that was going on in my community. I started realizing the stuff that made sense to me, my family, the people that really loved me. I started thinking different. Like, nah, you know what? Every time it's just like an iPhone. When you get an iPhone, you got the iPhone, it feels good, and then after some months, it goes back to the regular iPhone. You probably don't even remember the color of the damn iPhone, and then it goes back and you start realizing you're buying the same thing over and over and over and over again. What type of sense does that make? And that's how the streets is. The streets is you're doing this, you're doing that until you get in trouble. When you get in trouble, it's going to be a cycle. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. Especially, come on, man. No way. Out here is Rikers Island. That place is a mess. That place is like, you can hang it up if you end up in Rikers. You can hang it up. The only time you're going to sit in there comfortable if you did something to defend your family or something you had to do to get yourself out of that position. Then that's different. Then you can sit on there and take what comes to you. But if somebody is, if you going out there and you get caught for doing something stupid and you got to end up in Rikers, let me tell you, man, it's not worth any type of money. Your time is everything, and they taking that away. They specialize in taking in time. Prisons and all, they specialize in playing with your time that God gave you because you didn't appreciate it. I would never want to be in that position. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Even a homeless man is more freer than a guy in prison. Don't let nobody fool you. Mm-mm. It's something I can't do unless I had to defend myself or I had to do something where it just had to go down. Then it's different. Then I'm looking at it like, yo, you know what? It's better this than being dead. But that's the way out. That's the way out. That is the way out. Especially when you playing out here and and you out there and you got yourself, you got a name for yourself and you got people out there looking at you in a certain type of way. You got to make sure your energy is right so people when they look at you they see the real you and they don't see something that you're not, because if you get put in a place where people see you as this certain figure where they got to hurt you or take something from you for them to step up, you're going to be in a bad place. Another thing, shouts out to Bangham Smurf, man. Shouts out to my boy Bangham Smurf. He from the neighborhood. Bangham. He was deported in Trinidad, and in one of his recent interviews, he said there's probably a possibility that we might get to see him again back in the states. That'd be really dope, man. That'd be a really dope thing. I always thought him and 50 would probably make up anyway. You know what I mean? It's just real dude stuff, So shouts out to Bangham Smurf. That's my guy out there, man. Just holding it down. Once you have this in your mindset, it don't matter wherever you are, who your person is and who you in your spirit of who you are inside, it will always touch the people no matter how far away you are. people will always remember you for being you. So at the end of the day, shouts out to that man. Been loyal, always repping me and my bro. So salute to bang him. Shouts out to his cousin. Everybody out there that from these crazy streets we've came up in. I just wanted to give y'all a little piece of that. Let me see what's up. Um, let me see, how do I prep myself to go on live to the world? I don't know. You know what? Okay, so a little prep that I do, I definitely get like I get a drink. So I get something to drink in the morning to get me up, clean myself up. As far as what I'm gonna say to like, I'm not really a topics guy, but I'll grab a few topics that's going on that are something I can relate to like just go off of, and then from that point on, I'm really coming from the heart of how I feel, the things that I might have seen a few things on the over the weekend or that I wanted to talk about, or maybe something the other day I might have seen, or something outside I experienced. And usually, a good thing that I do sometimes, I jot things down that I want to bring to you guys. So it's not like I'm just always coming off the head. It's kind of like if this was rap, it'd be a freestyle, but I'll be looking at my phone. But it's just to give me a little memory on something that I want to uplift you guys, or tell you guys. And sometimes I kick it straight from the heart because these are the things that I always felt inside. I never had a chance to at least come on a live and explain how my take was on things or my outlook was on things. So everything is gonna sound new because I'm just new to coming out and talking to people and things like that. But I always been here creating like animations and stuff. But as a person, this is how I always felt inside. So it doesn't really come off too hard, for me to say. These are just the things I feel, how I grew up, and a lot of people in New York, it's different ways people come up. And I wouldn't say I've been happy enough to grow up around different groups of people that I shared and I took stuff from, like as far as knowledge, and I understood why I'm here today. That's the reason why, like for example, I went to school with Mariah Carey's. Rest in peace to Mariah Carey's sister. I went to school with Mariah Carey's sister for 1 year, and I didn't know her like that, but I do remember having a conversation with her and a close friend of mine. And the school was for it was oh my goodness, it's in Long Island. It's a school for music. You could tell I was college hopping, but she was a cool person. But even then, she struck me as a little. I don't want to say off because that could come off as disrespectful, but just a little in a zone type of person. Um, and it's she. I would say from the I didn't get any bad vibes from her. It's college, so some people have their own ways about them. They could have had a good night before and you met them, but it was a school where I was just going there for like little learning production and things like that. And she was there. So rest in peace to her. It's like little things that I go through in my life I could present to you guys, and you'd be surprised. Like, why didn't you say that before? It just didn't come to my head. There's so many things that I've lived through, so many things that I've experienced that I just bring to you guys in little short clips and pieces, and that's the reason why I like doing lives, man. Sometimes I get only like 12 views. It doesn't matter as long as I touch somebody. I feel good about it. That's how I feel. That's just how I feel. Nowadays, man, we need each other more than you think. We need each other more than you think. When you see times of like elections and things like that, this is when we are at our most divided because you take a pick, I take a pick, he take a pick, she take a pick. But when it's all over and there's only one person in that office, man, we all still got to stick together as a people to say, yo, how'd you get that done? Or how'd you do this? How you do that? Or maybe I can help you with this. We need more and more and more and more of that. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, man. I appreciate all of y'all. I really do. I appreciate all of you guys. I'm trying to, get some new things, new videos to create for you guys, and some to open your minds and eyes up to different things. Because I feel like there's so much things that you can get paid for on social media, but people are taking the routes of what's there already. And I think of things, write ideas down, and some of them I want to keep for myself. But then I'm really thinking, I can't do all of this myself. So here and there I'll pitch them out, and I'm gonna find a way to put my ideas out there for you guys to open your minds to doing something that maybe can help you guys and your family. Um, I feel like 2025. I got a lot of hope in the relationships to come, but I'm seeing a lot of divorces and this and that. The reason why I don't talk about divorces and things like that because I feel like you don't have to go so deep out in the ocean with the divorce. You don't have to even go that deep. You can be the best partners, girlfriend, boyfriend, and live a long, beautiful life. It's not about that. I feel like when people are forced to make that commitment, it makes the relationships shorter, and it's like the time starts ticking the day that person gets on their knee. I don't know. That could be just me, but the way it looks like and the way it's seeming out there, it feels like the more if you have two free people together, they'll have a longer relationship than you have two people committed. And when I see two together, meaning you guys are together, but you're doing your own thing. She's doing her own thing work wise, and you coming together, and this bond you guys are building. Instead of saying, "Oh, that's mine and that's mine," this is. I think these are the times where if you're gonna claim somebody, you have to really have that ring on it, and anything else is looking like it's just getting to know each other's stages. So I might do a reaction on some relationship reactions. I don't know. I'm trying to find something to do for later on. But I love you guys, man, and I really appreciate every single one of you guys for stopping by and just giving me a little holler, a little what's up. Because going on into this whole from September on, I'm gonna be presenting a whole lot of new stuff that I feel like I could bring to the forefront that you guys can grab and make something out of it. And make something out of it. I feel so. Instead of me holding all these ideas back, I said to myself, I'm gonna give them away to the world because some of this stuff could help a lot of people. A lot of people. A lot of people. I know I could. So that's what I'm gonna do. Just working on structuring something that's sustainable for you guys. So when you come check out the channel, you can be like, you know what? I want to make some money today. Maybe I could do this or I'm good at this. Let me try to see what he's saying and see if it works. I'm not gonna give you the fake guru speeches or tell you to buy this or buy that and send you to a place for a gathering. I'm not doing all of that. And I'm not knocking anybody that has good intentions doing that. I'm just saying that's just not my twist. Um, that's what I got for you guys today, man. You guys give me a heart, give me a like, give me a share. If you in here, man, give me something, baby. I need it. I need it. I need it. I need it. Gimme, 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 gimme. I love you guys, and stay tuned. Make sure you guys check out. Remember, I have two videos right after this. You guys can go check out. Stay tuned, man. Stay in tune to your boy Mickey. I got a lot of things coming, man. All right. Love you guys, and until next time, it's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right